Hello, we are live.
Hi,
I'm
everyone.
Shauna. I'm Shauna. This is Joelle.
I'm sorry. I was giving
We
you a
are.
just awkward.
Yeah. Well, we do host a YouTube awkward channeling, and we are students of Rachel's, which is why we're here today. And we're going to take a minute and we're going to share this from our other devices in other
As soon as I can
places.
find it.
So bear with us because Facebook doesn't allow us to stream into the groups like we're supposed to. So we're supposed to be streaming into her group 5D daily healers in higher dimensions. So we are going to work on finding this and sharing it.
I will try and
Oh,
find
and
it
it's right
now.
there. Yay. And we will share it into her group.
I am looking and I am sorry. Why can't I find you? What is going on?
Check my profile.
Thank you. Oh, here we are. Let me check on this. Okay.
Please join us.
I just went to the link and found it. So, yeah. Will you tag me in? So I will.
Okay.
Where's the group at now? I lost the group. Where'd you go?
I shared it into the group. We're good on there.
Bless you. Okay.
Chat. Yours is chat.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find. That's what I meant, the chat. Where are you? I had it. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, we are awkward, and I apologize because I am the most awkward. Okay, that's when I went looking for it, it disappeared, but I have it back now.
Yeah.
So
it's just how we are. It's okay. You know, it's a little difficult because we are using StreamYard because our phones will not work. As maybe some of you saw the other day, we were experimenting trying to use just Facebook Live, and my phone thinks it has a zero on my face so close you can't see my whole face. So that was weird, and no settings changed anything. We went and played in my group, like nothing worked. So we just, you know, we have to do this way.
Do the best we can. That's all we can do. And
so we wanted to talk a bit about Rachel Chamness, who is our teacher, mentor. She's just amazing. And one of the most authentic beings that I've met in life, right? She's super sweet and super knowledgeable. And she's teaching us trance channeling. I think we've both taken her light language and her light language, advanced light language.
Yeah. And you're doing the Fae and Elemental magic now.
I did do the Fae and Elemental magic.
That one's amazing too.
She's got some really cool stuff that she shares. She also has a tag membership. I think I've been in there nearly a year and a half.
I have grown so much in this past year. Just
the vast
taking that alone and her classes, it's amazing.
Yeah. And there's just a vast amount of attunements and knowledge, and it's just so much in her stuff.
The meditations are so just wow. Mind blowing, really.
It really is. It opens you up to a whole new thing. We are going to use, I'm not well today.
Yeah.
This week has been rough for me. So Joelle is going to be doing channeling for us because I just don't think I can pull it off right now. And we're going to use her deck, which is the Elemental Magic and Manifestation deck, which is buried, but it's right here. She's got it.
And
you can get this deck on Amazon if you're in the US, and on her website at soundwavesheal.com if you're out of the US. Hi, Kim. Thank you for joining us. So
anyway, it's an amazing deck too. My guides love that deck too, because I have in the morning, I'll be like, all right, what deck do I need? And I'll hear Rachel. So I was like, okay.
Yeah, they have me use it quite a bit. What I really love about it is, you know, I come from the angels, right? Like, so most of my experience up until the last year and a half, 2 years, when I found Rachel, was the angels, the archangels. I worked with them very directly, and I still do. But she's brought in the Fae, which has just been really cool. And she's brought in the connection to the goddesses for me. She's helped me in so many ways. I mean, honestly, just have a session with her. It's miraculous. It's really cool.
No, words can't describe it, really.
No. And, you know, she's just amazing. So again, soundwavesheal.com is her site. And I do believe it's listed. in this? Oh, I think it's listed here. If not, we'll put it in the comments. Anyway,
right. Yeah.
So I think Rachel. Who are you? I
I
think
wish.
Joelle. I know. I think
Okay.
Joelle's got a couple cards that she's pulled. And
Yeah.
hi,
So
Bonnie. Thanks for coming on, honey.
the first one, it's going to be like some group messages in healings. The first one was self-forgiveness. Melio, the Crystal Mermaid. And the book description says, "You are where you are supposed to be. Every mistake and every decision still puts you on the correct path.
Mm-hmm.
Unforgiveness for yourself can lead you off the path more than the mistake itself. It's a trap to get lost in a past action you cannot change. Forgiving yourself is a step towards enlightenment. Accept your flaws and move forward to your beautiful destination," which I love that because it's like, God knows I do that a lot myself.
I think we all do. I mean, there's so many things that kind of come into play when you're working in something out of the ordinary, right?
Right. And especially, I know a lot can being a mom. How hard are we on ourselves with being a mom and all of that? But
oh yeah.
Okay, so let me see if I can bring Melio in. I don't think I've ever channeled her before. Yes, the self-forgiveness is so important because it is part of your path to make mistakes. That is how most learn. So do not be too hard on yourself. You're human. You make mistakes. It is part of life. Take the time to let past mistakes go. Do not wallow in the what ifs because you cannot change it. Sometimes it is hard to let certain things go, but it is necessary. Many of you are your own worst critics. And in a way, it is also good, but you cannot stay there. You can feel bad, but let it go. Move on. I can bring through a healing to help release and help you in future situations.
That would be wonderful.
With releasing. Ananataki payata, umananataki asiatate, ananataki mananataki patayana natati sikiata. Umayatataki yatate, ananataki apayata. Usisaki, ananataki mayataki, atataki mayasataki, ananataki. Umayataki, ananataki, atapayasati. Upataya kiyatate ananataki yatayata. Omayasiki yatate yatayananataki yananataki mayatate. Oh, I love that she did that for the future as well.
Yeah. Bring it in, let it hang around.
Yeah, she's like, I know this one. Let's do for the future too. Because she's going
Well, I mean, it's just so true for so many of us.
Right.
You're really not that different from the rest of us where
right.
we doubt often.
Oh yeah. And I like she said, I am my own worst critic. I am so hard on myself. And I'm sure hey Danielle, everybody is too,
Yeah.
It's just part of life. Whew. Okay, let me drink some water for us.
It has been rough lately, Danielle, so don't feel alone. We're
Right.
all kind of there.
Right.
For sure.
I can even get the water off.
We appreciate you being here too, all of you.
Excuse me. Ooh,
And I'm sorry, but
I
I
really
do
like
love.
her energy. That's the first time I have channeled her.
And remind me, who is she again?
Melio. Melio?
Helio.
Yeah, the crystal mermaid.
Yeah,
Self-forgiveness, which, yeah, we all
yeah. I
need
was
to
really
practice
feeling her
more of
energy.
that. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. And the next one is, let me find it. Whew. Whew. Okay, I'm sorry. It's just like her energy is still sticking around, and it's like, whew. Okay, is Kel, you are safe.
Hi,
And
Fonda.
how are we getting it there?
Hi, Jen. Thank you so much
Okay.
for coming, you guys. We appreciate you.
Yeah. Oh, and we're doing group messages and healings today.
And Joelle's
And
kind of running the show because I'm not well, so
trying.
she's doing good. She's fine.
Okay. And this is Kel, and it says it is safe for you to receive, safe for you to practice your spirituality and gifts, and it is safe for you to be who you truly are. You are here on this earth plane to experience these things, and we will watch over you so that you can. Ooh. And that message has been coming through a lot
Yeah,
lately.
is that the Silver Fairy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought I showed it. I'm sorry. Did I not? Silver Fairy. It's so hard to get
No,
it.
I'm sure that you did. I just can't
Oh,
read that because
okay.
I'm half blind. Oh, Bonnie
Oh,
says timing is
awesome.
perfect. The amount of pulsating energy she felt radiating from her heart space. Her fingertips is
Wow.
intense.
Amazing.
There's so much powerful energy
Ooh.
coming from Joelle right now.
Oh, yeah.
Our channeling in the light language. I mean, I really recommend
Thank you.
everybody
I
get the
am.
light language and a Reiki attunement, like Rachel says. Like it is amazing
Right.
what takes place with it.
I am like vibrating right now. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I
It's
can
like
feel
I
it.
feel like there's an archangel here too, but I don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, they are very
Is it
powerful
Uriel?
today.
I don't know why I think it might be Uriel.
Uriel. Oh, probably because I called her in for the little bird last night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so let's bring in Kel for a message. And whew, excuse me. Yes, I know I'm goofy all the time, but it's usually not this bad. I am like,
No. Oh, Kel the Silver Fairy. Oh my
whew,
God. Her energy is like,
yeah.
I always giggle.
Okay, maybe
Always
that's what it
giggle.
is.
Yeah, she's kind of cool.
I don't I don't think I've done her either. She almost feels like Finley. I love Finley's energy.
Mm-hmm. A little bit, yeah. She's like, nah.
Yes, you are all completely safe. Do not ever forget this. You have so many surrounding you, your team, even those who aren't on your team. You are so, so very protected. And do not worry about persecution for what you do. Many have this from past lives, which is understandable because there were many, many bad things done to all who were healers accused of bad things. And that's really all the quote witches were. They were the natural healers. But you do not have to worry about that. That is no longer the case. You are more than safe. And it is completely safe to put yourself out there, to show your abilities and let people know that you are healers, that you are seers. Let them know, shine your light, let it come forth. I can bring through a healing for this life to release and even try to let go of the past life fears as well. Ananataki payasi ananata payatiki ananataki atapaki ana ananataki atatati amayasiki ananataki umayasaki ananataki apate atataki usiki ata umayasiki ananataki ananataki matate ana Humayataki yatatiana nataki yatayamayate yapaki yatatiana. Umayataki yatayatate masiana nataki atate yampaki yatate masiana nataki. Umayasiki yatate apake asiatate asikiki mananataki yatate yatataki ananataki. Mayataki yatate yananataki yapake yatate yatate yamayasitiki yatate. Whoa.
Yeah, that was kind of intense. I'm like, it's for some reason today, and I don't know if it's because I'm not well or what it is,
Right.
but like the pain when you're channeling right here for me is intense, like
Oh, wow.
intense. It's weird. I don't know what it is. I'm
Ooh,
too deeply into that or what.
yeah.
Very intense.
Ooh.
It's interesting. Um, it on my path with this,
Mm-hmm.
the "you are safe" thing was kind of proven continually. Like they had me on talking about the angels and they had me, running energy, not really knowing what I was doing. And
Right.
they had me doing so many things.
Yeah.
And I have had one person come at me
Mm.
in years, with 10 years or more, 12 years or more.
Really?
I've had one person come at me in any way, and it was
Wow.
silly. So
Yeah. That's
yeah,
amazing.
they really have proved that, we really are safe.
Okay.
We have a couple comments. Jen says her feet have been vibrating all week, almost like she's supposed to go somewhere, but she doesn't know where.
Oh,
I
wow.
bet it will come to you when
Yeah.
it's actually time. They're just keeping your attention, right? They're like, we want you to do somewhere. Felt that
Oh,
deeply.
welcome.
Me too.
Oh, I'm glad y'all felt it the way well, she was like, wow. I
Yeah.
need to channel her more often.
Right? Yeah, that was beautiful. She's a really interesting energy, though. I really like the
Yeah.
she's almost silly. Like when she comes in for me, I
Yeah.
feel really
How
silly.
fast I was talking.
Right?
It was like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's fun. She's really cool.
yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah. Um
Good, excuse me. Sorry, releasing.
yeah, that's the other thing, just to make note, like you'll see, like as she's channeling and doing healing or whatever, I'm
Yeah.
yawning. If you have any kind of an outward yawning or, sometimes it's even burping or what have you, like that is movement of energy. That means something is releasing.
Right.
Or your like I know that like when I tune into something higher vibration and my vibration begins to increase, I yawn. Or when I come out of channeling, I
Right.
yawn. Like there's a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of physical things that happen. So if you're ever working with a healer and they're like yawning and you're thinking, is she just disinterested? No.
No.
She's working her butt off. Guaranteed it's working. It's kind of funny how it works. And I
Right.
remember like the first initial teacher that I had, and I remember noting that, we were on the phone back then. I
Yeah.
remember noting like, why is she yawning? Is she tired? And finally, I think I asked her or she mentioned it, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't understand because I knew nothing.
Right.
So it's very interesting how that happens.
No, I know. It is
Um,
crazy. Oh, excuse me.
yeah, full body chills and
Yes,
burping.
also.
Yep,
Yeah. Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
I always ask them when I do a session. I'm like, let me do everything, but please don't let me burp in the session.
Yeah, you just have to figure out how to do it quietly, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
It just happens, and it isn't like we have any control over that. It's something
Right.
has to move. Um,
No.
and it could be worse, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
It's so funny. If anyone has a question about anything as far as
Yeah.
like, I don't know, channeling or, what have you, just let us know.
Oh, and I highly recommend the TAG Channeling class.
Yeah.
Wow. Never
She
in a
has a
million years did I
full
think I could do this,
Yeah, oh, right. But we've been
Right.
doing it for years, and we just didn't know it. You
Right.
know, there's many different ways to channel. There's trance channeling where you're allowing them to come through you and you're stepping out of the way,
Yeah.
and which is what you're doing. There's, what, sometimes gets referred to as relay channeling. We've been doing that for years. If you're getting information from your guides, you're channeling something, period.
Right.
Just how it is. We all have those abilities, which is something we talked about the other day on our show. We were talking about how we noticed after getting, after like, 5 years of this,
Right.
and learning and realizing that there really was more to the world and to our lives than,
Sorry.
going to work and paying bills.
Right.
Excuse me. We were realizing, when we look back into our life, and for me, I didn't remember most of my childhood. So like I started having weird memories coming back as I was moving through my healing path and, learning about the spirituality and the gifts or abilities, however you want to refer to that.
Right.
And we realized there were so many ways that they were at play, even as a child. Like for
Oh,
me,
yeah.
I just knew the answers to everything, things that had nothing to do with me or was even something I had experienced yet. And I wouldn't be able to stop myself from telling it, or I would be hearing people's thoughts and responding to them, So as a young child, because the world will shut that down, and my mom
Yeah.
did.
Oh, yeah.
But
Like me, I would think people watching TV or like movies and knowing what was happening, what would happen next. And I
right,
would think people were dumb because I'm like, how did you not know this? I thought it was normal. I didn't think anything of it. And it's crazy how they send you
yeah,
different things to,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
and that was the other thing. To me, and through my adulthood until I got to the point where I was connected with something spiritual, I thought I had a lot of common sense and nobody understood what common sense was. I was like, how can you people not, even as a child, I was like, it's just
Right.
common sense. It's just
Right.
logical. Like I thought I was like super logical and just nobody else was. I was surrounded by dumb people or something. It was the funniest thing. And then I get to the point where I connect with someone and I find out a lot more. That's our abilities. And I'm sure that everyone has experiences, where once you connect into this, though, you don't know it till you connect in. Like, you don't know other people aren't having the same things,
Right.
right? That they're not seeing the same things or they're not
Right.
experiencing the same things until you speak of it, which, until recently, it wasn't okay to speak of it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. But
And
you
one
had
thing I
another.
wanted to ask is the other thing that we talked about was the different ways you got signs and they sent you things like in Rachel's class on
Mm,
Sunday. Metatron was coming through, but I wasn't believing it. So they sent me a picture of Alan Rickman from a movie to be like, yeah, this is him because he played Metatron in that movie. And I was just curious what funny ways other people, what
yeah.
sign, how they show them in
Yeah.
odd
Do any of
ways,
you
if you will, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
You
If any of
know,
you have ways that you have received funny messages or, you know, different things, let us know. We'd love
yeah,
to hear about it. Um,
just curious.
I usually just get memories. Like they just bring things from my life into my
Yeah,
head. Because I don't I've always thought it was weird because I've always been surrounded by people who knew facts about this world.
yeah,
And I do not know or maintain or hold on to any kind of facts about, you know, music
yeah,
or actors or, any of those things that people kind of, in a sense, idolize off and on through their lives. I've just never been like able to
right.
connect with that information. So, like, I'm like, someone would be like, do you like this band or whatever? And I'm like, can you sing a song? I don't know. No idea who they are. But there's somebody that I listen to regularly. I've always been
Yeah,
like that, which I think is funny because I thought nobody had logic, but I don't have any info,
right.
facts about the life, right? It's so funny. Excuse me.
Funny. Oh,
Yeah, it's a little silly. Um, What else can
Let's
we
see.
mention
In the car.
today?
And song lyrics, yeah. That too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a place that oh my God, I have
Right.
received some of the best guidance and aha moments driving in the
When in the
car.
car. Yeah.
And, I mean, you've got the music on, which is raising the vibration. You're probably singing like you're anything like
You're
me.
happy, you're
You're
relaxed.
happy. I missed the car that I had a sunroof because I'd have the sunroof open and the music blaring, and it was so fun. But I would just be driving down the road singing along, and I'd be go, "Oh, that's what that means." It's from
Right.
weeks ago, but some understanding would come in.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
love the car for that.
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
don't drive
And
it though.
the shower, definitely. I get so
Oh
much
yeah,
in the shower because it's the one place that the dogs and cats leave me alone
yeah,
and the
yeah,
kids. But yeah.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
and when I was, like, watching my grandson and things were really busy and
yeah.
everybody was living in my house, yeah, the shower was and it's so funny because it kinda creeps me out a little bit. I'm like, "I really don't like talking to you guys in the shower,
And
like, this is a little
it's,
weird."
I guess because I've always done it. And it's funny because even like I said, I got Jesus in my shower.
Right,
There's like one of the tiles. It's like you like the profile. And I'm
yeah.
in the shower one day and it has like the little bench thing. And I'm sitting there letting the water hit me. And I look up and it's like, oh, that's Jesus.
Yeah, my
So
shower,
yeah,
dude.
we talk a lot in the shower.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, they'll
Who
talk to
has
you anyway.
experiences like that where you see beings in different places,
Yeah,
like tiles,
right.
It's not an accident, you know?
Yeah. Repeating numbers and especially,
Repeating numbers, animal energy, especially birds. I also get it through music lyrics and yeah,
yeah,
walking in nature and driving. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
Oh,
Especially, when I was in Oregon, there's just so much life and everything is
yeah.
so alive and water is everywhere. In nature was really helpful.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
had this huge pine tree in my backyard. Oh my God. It was so cool. And the birds and that they would come
Right.
and I would
Oh,
sit out
yeah.
there and talk to them.
And one day I was,
Yeah.
before I moved my room up here, had my desk right by the window, and I was going through self-doubt, doubting my Reiki and everything, and a cardinal hit my really hard, and I went out, and I was like, "Oh, no," and it was just sitting on the ground, so I picked it up, and I was giving her some Reiki, and she stayed in my hand for the longest time. I mean, it was one of the neatest experiences I have ever had, and
Oh,
I
that's
actually
so cool.
I took some pictures just sitting. I was just holding her, in my hand, and she's just sitting and looking at me, and I'm talking to her and gave her a little more Reiki, and she hopped on my shirt, and I was like, "Oh my god, what? Oh my god," and it just,
I'm telling you,
yeah,
your Reiki is powerful. It really is
no,
so healing and so
yeah,
powerful. I
and
really highly recommend Joelle. Um,
thank you.
you know,
Oh, well, your
I,
angel pods, oh my word, or healing pods. That was the best night's sleep I'd ever had.
we both have some really cool things.
Oh, yeah,
Like
and
my angelic healing pods are pretty fun, and they're not
yeah,
expensive, and they can really address so many things,
right.
just like your Reiki can. Like, I mean, it's just powerful. You know,
It's so much fun too.
yeah,
So
yeah.
don't ever doubt yourself. You can all do.
Mhm. Yeah, you really can. I mean,
It.
we're not special.
No,
Like, we just aren't. We just have managed to connect into it and done, what you might call the shadow work. And we've worked through some things that were in our way and we've gotten deeper connected to ourselves, which is something I help people do with
yeah,
my kind of coaching program. Um, I found that to be really important. And once I started doing that and things started opening up and my body started releasing things, it was crazy what really came in and how much easier life gets. But we're not extra special. Each of
no,
you has some forms of all of this. We're all
absolutely.
naturally come with it. It's in our DNA.
Yeah.
It really
Well, we
is.
all come from the same place, so nobody's different than anybody, actually.
Not really. Yeah.
So.
And we all have open connection to,
And that's why Reiki and healing works so well is, you're me, I'm you, and we're all.
Yeah. And the energy healing works really well. And it's funny because I find that distance actually works better than in person in most cases.
Yeah.
And I think I find that because I think in person people are a little more self-conscious and a little more uncomfortable, and that kind of brings up a little bit of a wall.
That's a good point. Yeah, because that's why I don't do in person anymore, because I feel it's like so much better on Zoom or just recording it and sending it to them.
Yeah. I mean, I love Rachel's recording.
Oh yeah.
Says
lots of naps.
Oh, girlfriend, learn to take a nap. I tell you. My sleep apnea taught me how to do that. But I can't tell you the last year and a half how many naps I've had to take because of overdoing like the attunements and learning and growing and bringing stuff in. It's so crazy.
And me, when I don't listen, they'll make me, I don't want to say, well, yeah, they'll make me do something dumb and hurt myself. So I have to go lay in the bed because me, I'm like, I got to do this. I got to do that. They're like, nope, you need to stop. And it's like, y'all did that on purpose, didn't you?
That is one way that they teach us to take care of ourselves. They will take us down. Right. They will take us down. You'll get a cold or a sickness, or your back will act up, or, something will happen to kind of get your attention and be like, no, you're not, they're teaching you self-care, really teaching you self-care right now. Bonnie says it's hard to ignore the power I feel from within these days. It's definitely time to open up and practice my healing abilities. Absolutely. I mean, even if you just practice them in your life with you, I mean, you don't have to run around and do other people if you don't want to. But man, when you open up and you bring it into your life, it just
so much.
It really changes everything, and all for the better. And there's some truth to the fact that when you do start this journey, you grow and some people may not. So you may lose some people or what have you, but a lot of the time they'll come back in. It just depends on when they get to that point. So I'm not saying it's all sunshine and rainbows because it's really not. It's a difficult path, and that's why I choose to help
people. But it's worth it though. It's so worth it.
It's way more than worth it. Like you just cannot even fathom the changes and the happiness, the peace that comes in. I lived a life of depression and anxiety, and it was so deep. And honestly, connecting to all of this and walking through my healing, I'm just a different person. It's amazing.
Oh, my family was just amazed at the difference when I first started meditating and took my Reiki, and my husband, he was like, I just can't believe, because he thought it was all BS at first until he saw the change in me, and he's like, I can't believe it. I was like, well, it's
I freaked out many a friend and one significant other, although I mean even in my marriage originally, I mean I freaked him out once in a while because I would say something that he was thinking. It would just pop into my head and I would have no choice and I would say it and he'd be like, what the like, yeah, it is what it is, man. And that was before I had any idea, right? So
absolutely.
I haven't been in well, that's not true. I did kind of put Carl through the ringer a little bit with, sharing everything I was learning through that learning path, but it's good for them.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess that's what we have for today. And I think our time is up. We're a little over. So thank you everyone for joining us and being present. I hope that you found this helpful in some way. We send love and healing to each of you.
Hope the healings helped, and remember, they're going to keep going, especially that one from Emilio for the future. I love that.
Okay, Bonnie has something to say. Hold on. How does one overcome the fear of even working on oneself? I'm coming out of a major season of others leaving in various ways, stripped of everything to focus on healing energy. That's kind of a big question.
Right.
Honestly, I think we all have an aversion to working on ourselves,
Yeah.
and sharing our own energy, with us. I think, what would you suggest that she start with? I would suggest like a Reiki attunement if you don't have it. Go through
Yeah.
the 21 days of sharing that energy with yourself, whether you like it or not, and kind of
Right.
get yourself accustomed to
Because I
mattering.
was scared at first too, because I'm like, I'm not sure. But once I did the first couple of days, it was like, oh, wow. I can honestly feel a difference in this. And
Hmm. Yeah, and the Ho'oponopono, like,
yeah,
seriously,
yes. I always forget about
that
that. But
get in the
yeah,
mirror,
that's wonderful.
talk to yourself about things,
And just
just
know that Reiki cannot harm at all, or any energy healing. I mean,
yeah. But it's realizing that, I always say to people, like, and I had a real aversion to working on myself, and I think I still kind of do. I forget, right? We forget.
yeah,
It's so much easier for us to care about somebody else and to reach out to somebody else than it is for us to consider ourselves mattering.
right,
But it's a matter of, I mean, there's just so many directions you could go with that question.
right.
But it's a matter of getting yourself on the priority list. Like, why do you feel that you don't deserve what other people feel? And a lot of the
Yeah,
time I'll be like, well, what would you tell your best friend to do in this situation?
yeah.
How would you encourage your
And
best friend to
the
take care of
others leaving in various ways, that's kind of how I got into the Reiki,
themselves? Hmm.
is the depression and the grief because of everybody pretty much in my family, every a person a year, I was losing, they were dying, and I went to a deep depression. But just keep telling yourself you are worthy of this healing, and you deserve it. You
Yep.
deserve to feel good. You deserve to let this stuff go. And if they're leaving, then they're not right for you. And once you heal, you will attract the ones that are going to come and stay and help. And
It's a rough thing,
yeah,
but in all reality, if someone's trying to leave your life, it's because there's something better coming. And that is really
right,
the reality. Though that doesn't help us emotionally. We are human
right.
beings and we have
It still
feelings.
hurts. Yeah,
It really does. It really does. And
yeah,
it's really a rough thing. It's not easy. And part of the reason it's not easy is because we think it's our fault in some way, right?
yeah.
So Bonnie says she has Reiki 2 attunement. Yeah.
Oh,
And that's the other thing. The Ho'oponopono, I found that to be really helpful. And it was
yeah,
really hard. And I was doing that recently. So like I'm rolling my eyes and huffing and puffing trying to do it. But at the same time, I had another client, I said just to do it at the same time. And she was like, oh my God, it just changed so much for me to do that. And it's hard to do at first, but you just roll your eyes and you huff and puff and do whatever you have to do, but you just do it
yeah.
and kind of stick with it. We just have to get to the point where we realize we're just as important as anybody else,
Oh,
and
definitely.
that's not always easy. And there's no standard answer to how to get there. Excuse me, but I will tell you, and we had this conversation recently too, Joelle and I, that when you work on other people, you also get the benefits.
Right.
So likely, and through the beginning of my path, I was attracting people who needed the same things I needed. So when I'm giving them advice and I am healing them or working with
Right.
them, then I'm getting what I need if I'm listening. So maybe
Yeah.
since you do have the Reiki 2 attunement, Bonnie, start working on other people a little bit, even if you do
Yeah.
free stuff, right? Like who's drawn to you? Put it out there.
Or even
That
the
may be
animals,
helpful
if
as well.
you have animals, you can do them too. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
Bonnie's a
still
big animal person, so absolutely. I mean,
yeah,
there's so many different creative ways, and the other thing I'll say is maybe you have some blocks. Maybe you need a good energy session that clears
that
some
too.
blocks out of the way to help
Yeah,
you get that momentum to get started. So find somebody that you're drawn to and, have a session. Like
right.
I mean, it can make the world of a difference. I just had a session with Rachel. I mean, we all need it. The
Yeah,
healers need each other, and that's another piece. Like, don't forget that, you know, we need each other. There's no shame in that. We can't do our own work all the time. We need help.
All right.
We're too close to it. It's too much. It's in our face. We can't see it. Like, that's just normal. So anyway, poor Joelle has things to do. So we're going to have to cut this off. We love you guys.
We're ready for a birthday party tomorrow.
If either of us can help you in any way, feel free to contact us. I'm at divinetruthhealing.com. She's at
Celestial Whispers Healing. Yeah.
So, or contact us on Facebook. Like, we're all
absolutely.
So, but thank you so much for everyone being here.
Thank you all so much.
And for the questions and that. Okay. Love sent out to each of you, and we will see you again soon.